My name is Patrilla Arrington. I am the niece of Mr. Lucious Sanders. He is the brother of our mother, which is the remaining sibling of 15 children. Her name is Claudine Anderson. She is now 89 years old and still living here in Lithonia. Uncle Lucious was very active in the community. I remember him starting the Sanders Educational Fund, which is named after our grandmother. He actually started it right next door, and I was his secretary. He was a very hard-working man, always very active in the community. He did a lot of things. One of the things he was very instrumental in helping to get what was the mayor's name? First mayor, Mr. Venable, Al Venable, elected as the mayor of Lithonia. And during the integration, the time of integration here in Lithonia, we were the first family that integrated actually into Stoneview Elementary. And it was a very frightening time. Uncle Lucious took us out of Ruth Street School, and I think I was in the 6th grade, and he took us and registered us into the white, we call it the white school, which was actually Stoneview School. During that time, it was very frightening. We had to be escorted by the police officers. But my uncle was all about integration. He was all about trying to bring the black and white community together. And so there were a lot of things that we did. We marched with him in Scottsdale. We also worked with him on several projects. The Lithonia Civic League, a lot of things in the community. People would come to him and ask him, basically who to vote for. It was my uncle, Mr. Woodall, Miss Woods, that were all leaders in the community, Mr. Willie Bullard, and people looked up to them, and he was a pillar of the community. He was, it was a lot that I could say about it, and I just want to allow maybe my brothers to say something also.
Well, I'm Don Anderson. I go by Donald. I go by Don, but I'm Donald Anderson. They call me Donald. I am the nephew of Lucious Sanders. And when all this was going on that she explained, I was, baby, just a baby. But I did grow up under his, leadership as a father figure. One of the things that he always talked about was nothing permanent but change.
Right.
And that was a hard thing for him because he couldn't get the community to see, that change was coming. And he always talked to me about, about that change, that don't accept what's going on now. Expect new things to happen for the community to grow and things to, new experience and stuff like that. But she's basically explained all his, activities and his leadership and his movement for he cared more about the community than his own well-being. One of the things that I really is stuck in my mind is that one time a cross was burned on the front yard of the church, Union Missionary Baptist Church. And when he heard about it, he got the phone call, and at the time he was on crutches. He dropped the crutches and walked straight out the door. No limp, nothing. And because the anger in his heart, he went right to the mayor to say he wasn't going to stand for that. So, he loved the community. He wanted to do the most, have the most for the community, and that love and that that care for a community. You know, it's something that I couldn't grasp at the time, but I see it now and what it means to this community.
Okay, I'm Richard Anderson. Everybody calls me Ricky. I'm also, I guess, the nephew of Lucious Sanders, and I was kind of raised on him because I'm the, I guess, older brother. And I grew up watching him. You know, he was like a farmer. You know, he had us all in the garden farming, doing all kind of little tasks like that. Back then, you know, we thought it was kind of hard work because we was kind of young and we grew up under that. But it really gave me the working skills now because, you know, a lot of the kids now don't know how to get out there and how to do anything and don't want to do anything. So I watched him work, him and my uncle, and a lot of the stuff now. And I watched him, he took care of us. You know, even, you know, he took care of us and he took care of his mother and he took care of my mother. So that's kind of the thing what I'm picking up now. And he was always just instrumental in our life and just being a role model. You know, he was deacon in the church and took care of the church and did all kinds of things like that. And most of the stuff that they say, and even he was instrumental in starting a credit union in Lithonia, you know, to kind of help the people because he was always talking about saving money, putting up money. And he would always come to us, you know, with ideas to make us think. He would come to me a lot of times and say, what are you going to be doing 10 years from now? And, you know, he wouldn't want to answer. He would just want us to kind of think because, you know, whatever you want to be doing 10 years from now, you will need to be starting, you know, to make an impact right now on doing that stuff. So he was real instrumental in our lives as well as the people in the community because he loved the community. And now you can see what's going on right now. All right.
You know, he did so much more into the community. You know, words, you know, it would really take all day for me to actually say a lot of the things that he did, but he was very instrumental. When they had the march on Washington, he gathered together some of family members, a lot of the people over at the Bruce Street community. They got a bus together and they all took the bus and they all marched during that time in Washington, D.C. for civil rights. And he also was very active. We had problems once we integrated into from Stoneview. He was working with all the different people. The former mayor, and he, what was his name? Mayor Andrew, the mayor of Atlanta. Well, he worked with Andrew Young, and then the other mayor that was with Hartsfield,
Maynard Jackson.
Maynard Jackson. Him and Maynard Jackson worked very close together on several projects. I remember even I had a problem at the high school. We had some students that were attacked during that time. We had people coming out with the flag, the Dixie flag, and Andrew Young and Maynard Jackson, and a lot of those people came out during that time. It was a very critical time. I remember being called all kind of names. And people would call our home and would threaten him, you know, because of all the things that he was doing in the community, but he refused. He would always say, I refuse to quit. I'm not going, you know, you're not going to quit fearing me. He would continue. And so, like I said, it was a very, very scary time during that time. But he always wanted the family to be a part. And he took my mother, which is now, like as I stated, 8 or 9 years old. He would always take her to all the meetings that they would go to. He had another sister, which was named Mary Reynolds. And they were like, I think Aunt Mary was the secretary. And they would always go with him when he was marching, when he was going to all the different meetings here in Lithonia. And he would also, is there anything else that we can say that he it because it's so much.
Wasn't he like one of the first, African Americans at the VA?
At the VA,
He worked there, at the VA.
he worked at the VA. I know he was also, and I think he retired. He was in the military. It's a lot of things that I could say, but his main goal was the people here in Lithonia. His main goal was to unite the people, unite the white people. He worked very closely with Mr. Kelly, Mr. Jim Kelly. Him and Mr. Jim Kelly was very good friends, and Mr. Cameron Roberts. And every time the white people in the community needed something done to try to bring the two together, they would go get Mr. Kelly and go get Uncle Lucious, and together they came up with a workable solution that kept a lot of rioting down, a lot of things that would have happened that didn't happen during that time. And so we are so grateful as a family that he was in our lives, and now we are here reaping the benefits of everything that he has done, and we're going to try to the best of our ability to continue his legacy.